I'm Jessica Johnson, and this is my multimedia presentation on the labeling of GMOs. For this assignment, I have taken a position against labeling. The difficulty in knowing when to promote a label is reinforced when consumer demand is affected by imagined risks. The push to label is not scientifically based. It is political in motivation with ethical, legal, and economic impacts. Is it ethical to undermine technological advancements in agriculture if no danger has been found? GMO foods ideally increase crop productivity and reduce costs. With GMOs labeled, companies may feel pressured to abandon practices that use GMOs. Food prices may increase, which could put food stress on people of low income. A reduced economic incentive could be reflected in reduced research incentive. Labeling could reinforce public sentiment that GMOs are dangerous and consumers need a warning before consuming them. A person who sets out to find non-GMO foods should be able to identify them through research or voluntary labeling from the producers, but compulsory labeling for domestic goods is unnecessary. There is no safety risk with consuming GM foods, so the aversion to them is consumer preference. Similar to kosher or halal, products are not mandated to label if they do not follow these practices. It is more reasonable to label non-GM products. Mandating labels on GM foods would be unprecedented. Items required on food labels are required for health and safety. Though GM foods are nearly indistinguishable from non-GM foods, a label in conjunction with public opinion may lead people to believe that GMOs are unsafe. Though public opinion does not dictate reality, it does have an influence on consumer choice. There may be an issue with defining what falls under the label GMO. At what threshold should the amount of genetically modified material be below to qualify as GMO-free? This isn't a clear-cut line, so legally navigating that gray area is problematic. As mentioned, mandated labels would be unprecedented. The food and safety system we have and the right-to-know policies only apply to foods with safety concerns. Because genetically engineered products do not substantially differ from non-engineered varieties, there are no grounds to mandate labeling. The right-to-know policies only apply to characteristics a producer is legally obligated to disclose, and grants producers the right not to disclose other information. Cost of certification is burdensome to producers, and the labels themselves must be regulated, incurring more cost. Will consumers be willing to pay this higher price? How will this affect low-income individuals? Small businesses may find the cost prohibitive, whether they use GMO products or not, because of additional costly inspections. Larger corporations, however, would be able to sustain the cost. However, there is some economic incentive for us to label. International trade has suffered as some countries do not accept GM products. Labeling of domestic products is unnecessary. The burden of labeling is unreasonable considering that GMO products show no health risks. Those who wish to purchase GMO-free products have the freedom to do so and seek products voluntarily labeled with the conditions they want.